Today's video is on aquarium heater placement and problems that you may have with your heater/water temperature. When you're not getting the adequate water temperature in your tank, there's usually 3 variables I tell people things are going wrong with. And by the way, this is just a 75-gallon demo tank set up for this video. And this is a heater, and this is the Eheim Jager, whatever you want to call it, and these things are beasts. This is the 300 watt, and I think this is why Eheim heaters are taking the industry by storm. It's because they're massive. Look at how beast this thing is. I find that these things use less power and heat more efficiently. Like, I did a test, and they're the boss of aquarium heaters right now, and I don't care what anyone tries to tell me. My second go-to is the fluval heaters. But anyways, back to topic. If your water isn't to adequate temperature, there's 4 variables. Number 1, your heater is malfunctioning. Number 2, you're not getting enough flow around the heater, because if you think about it, wherever your aquarium heater is placed, if the water is stagnant in that area, the thermostat inside of the heater is reading that it's stagnant water and it's of adequate water temperature, so it's doing its job. That's where current/flow is needed. So what you need to do, some tricks, is the most common aquarium heater placements are going to be on the sides. Some people put it along the back with their suction cup. They'll do it sideways. That's a great place, even though it looks kind of gaudy in the back of your tank. What I usually like to do is just put it at an angle like this. And this is just my preference. I don't know. This is what I do. I like it on the side, and I like to put it near the sponge filter, or in another case, the hang on the back. And the reason is because that way you get that water flow. This is just a Penguin 220, and you can just throw it on the side. It really depends what tank you have. Like, if you have a smaller 29-gallon or a thinner, smaller tank, having the hang on the back on the side may or may not work. I really like having the filters on the side though, because it just kind of like, it's easy to work with, and that way the heater is constantly getting that like backdraft of current. So, and the third variable that could be happening is your heater just might not be powerful enough, and that's where you should buy another heater. I highly advise getting the Eheim Jager. I'll throw a link in the description box. But yeah, those variables are the ones you're gonna have to watch for. And what really helps, I gotta switch hands here. I really should have grabbed the tripod, but I'm lazy and I can't find it, and my fish room's in shambles right now, and nothing's perfect. As you can tell, I need to shave, I'm greasy, etc., whatever. Anyways, I find that having multiple aquarium heaters is more effective, because if one fails, the other kicks in. And also, spend a couple extra dollars and get some controllers. These things it's basically just a secondary thermostat controller that, because sometimes these thermostats and controllers have problems, and on top of a lot of the Aquarium, breathe Chris, breathe. On top of the Aquarium like handles, those things, the dial comes right off, and then you can put it on a different way, so that when you set it, who knows what the setting's actually at, because the dial comes completely off. And a lot of times they just fall right off. Like, it's ridiculous, and that's why Aquarium heaters are flawed right now. The Aquarium Pro fixed that, but I don't want to get into this. If you're having issues, get another heater, get some controllers. I know they're expensive. I don't have a lot of them, because they're like $60 a piece, and when you have 30 tanks, that's a lot of money. I'd rather spend the money on auto feeders or something else, but it sucks to say, but you need controllers and good quality heaters. Get the Eheim or the Fluval or there's so many heaters, it's not even worth talking about brands, because there's so much biased opinions. But yeah, current, get a couple heaters. If I'm running 2 heaters, I'll put them on different sides of the tank, because that way you're getting both sides, and I feel like that's more effective anyways, to have it on both sides, because a lot of my tanks have stagnant water because I use sponge filters and do a lot of South Americans, and that's how it is with me. But yeah, I'm just worked up today, guys. I don't know. I'm short on breath. I'm hot. The weather's getting cold. I'm stressed with all these tanks being moved. I have a buddy coming over tomorrow. We're gonna start hauling all these tanks out of here. Like, it's frustrating. But anyways, hopefully that helps you with aquarium heaters. Like I said, what I do is actually heat the room. So if you're in the 10, if you have 10 tanks in a room, maybe think about heating the room. But that's kind of on another level. This is just for a majority of people. Hopefully those variables help you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or add me on Facebook. I'm always looking to chat on Facebook. I'll throw a link to my actual Facebook profile in the description, and I'll throw some links to my favorite heaters, the Eheims. The things are monster, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments.